All right, everybody, how you doing today? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today, Spirit decided that you guys were going to get the Disney villains. So obviously, the collective's in a little bit of a villainous mood. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking, the shares, the comments, and all that fun stuff. I really love how everybody's growing and starting to subscribe and follow. I tell you what, if we keep moving the way we are in some of my realms, when I hit 50 subscribers inside of Rumble, I will give away a free reading. When I hit 50 subscribers inside of YouTube, I will give away another free reading, okay? And then on TikTok, if you guys get me up to 500, people, I will give away a free reading to a random person too. It's not going to be decided. It'll be a random pull out of a hat. Alright guys, so some people feel like they're being judged right now. Being treated like the Alice in Wonderland is the judgment card. Oh, they're being judged without being able to really say anything, as their cups are kind of just getting dumped and floated on. Oh, because you guys are getting judged, you guys are getting kind of emotional, so you want to go out and get a little saucy with it. Figuring it's going to free you up from a little bit of the indecision that's going on with everything. Might be able to make you think a little bit clearer. But you're really not going to be able to clear. As you do that, you're just kind of pushing yourself into that High Priestess energy, which is good. So maybe this judgment that you're going through, let's just see. Let's see what comes out on the turn here. Well, they shot and they want to turn that card around, huh? King of Coins slapping the King of Swords and turning him in the upright. That was pretty powerful. To the tower. To the tower. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, and then we're anchored by the Temperance in reverse. Alright guys, so right now inside the collective there's people feeling like they're judge or the judge, and everybody needs to look and listen to them, and at the time they're really not listening to that what's going on, so that's why they're kind of wondering what's going on, why their cups aren't quite getting full, they're almost getting dumped out, they're kind of getting washed away. Alright, so as I was saying, people are feeling like they are being judged or they're being judged, and when they're being judged probably unfairly. That's why your cups are kind of floating and wishy-washy, because the judgment you're being placed under is probably an unjust cause for why you're getting placed into judgment, right? You shouldn't, the reasons why they're trying to place you in judgment to see if you can still keep your calm. That's why the King of Swords came out in reverse, because you got to remember this is a villain deck, right? So they're trying to get you to do something to act outside of your normal character, right? So they're trying to place all this different judgment all around you, try and make you feel like you're just kind of lost and willowing away, trying to make you feel like you're a little bit hung or in a little bit of a delayed position, because they're trying to test where you're actually going to stand. Are you going to come back and stay in this High Priestess energy, being balanced, being emotionally unaffected by what they do or what they say, right? So that way you can pursue into getting your pentacles and becoming that king of pentacles, right? Knowing that you've been able to do all that stuff and you're working on all that stuff and you're not crumbling inside the tower moment. That's why the tower comes up in the upright, because it's going to cause them to crumble, because they're the ones that are actually the ones that are unbalanced with everything that's going on. They're the ones that kind of need to face the different illusions and all the different things that are going on out there. They need to look at everything that's going on, all the different cups and the different ideas that they have. They also need to understand that there's people out there that are actually out there that want to help them, that are a star. They understand what's going on. They see everything that's going on. It's all working out. But maybe not for them, because they're starting to see a little bit of a lack, because they're starting to get a little bit crazy and they're starting to pull their hair out as different things go on. The reason why they're starting to get all out of whack is because the reason why they're there isn't a true intention. They are there as a Knight of Swords. They're not there for the right reasons. They're there to hopefully falsely get their cup filled up in a certain way, because obviously they were promised something through a glass or through a mirror that was going to fulfill them into something, not back them into a corner and make them feel like they're being poked and prodded all the time, right? Because what he really wants to do is have some better ideas, maybe help somebody bring a little bit of a smile to their face, bring a little bit of sorcery, bring a little temptation, mixes up the water, but it's in a good way, right? They want to get away from the false contracts. They're tired of being pinned down by people's decisions. They want to look at things in a little bit more balanced of emotions, right? That's why it's the King of Cups. That's why it's Captain Hook. He's a balanced pirate, balanced with both sides of himself, right? Then we hit the Empress in reverse. So either you stay balanced or you end up coming back in reverse, sending you back into hermit mode, send you back into wondering and question on what's going on. If you just would have stayed balanced and everything, it probably would have been a little bit of a shocker. You probably would have gotten poked and prodded just a little bit more, and your chariot might have felt like it was going to go away. You might have not even had to face that heartbreak, because it'll all work out in the long run. You end up getting your pentacles. Maybe not the way you thought they were coming in. Maybe it comes in through somebody else that you don't even understand. But the justice comes out. Other people kind of end up getting the short end of the stick or taking the knife. Yeah, because they were being fooled the whole time. Yeah. They got bought into something, and they got sold down the river. Now they're trying to stand up for what they believe in, even though they know that they're getting watched from that corner. See, look, they're getting watched. See all the eyes? Little red room. There's another eye coming out of there. There's Jafar watching you. They're watching you sail down the river. Yeah, as they watch from a distance, casting the stuff in, all the different wands, and the stuff's coming in fast as it's happening now. They can't control it anymore. They've started a cycle that they can't get out of. Yeah, see, and they're doing stuff in the night so nobody really knows. And they're celebrating on the backside, hoping that nobody's going to figure out what's really going on. But the times are changing. People are starting to figure out, starting to dress up a little bit more. Yeah, we're starting to figure it out, starting to get a smile. Yeah, the pentacles are lining up. The decision's been made. Somebody's going to get their cup poured out. But inside of that, somebody else is going to find a little bit of happiness. They're going to get their love of their life out of the way. They're going to get some love, but somebody's coming in that doesn't like that. Yeah, they really don't like the fact that somebody's going to find true love inside of here. It's upsetting people. Yeah. Stabbing them down. Making them feel like they can't really get anywhere. Yeah, they've been let down by a false hierophant. Now they need to take off on a new adventure. Yeah. Don't be upset because other people are finding things and then you want to burn them out. Yeah, you want to burn them out with your coins because you can't deal with it. Yeah, 'cause your cup keeps getting drained out. Yeah, it's time to go look at a change. Figure something out. Yeah, the world and the universe is even telling you. Go figure it out. Your wheel and fortune will change. Stop being sneaky with everything. Your dreams will come true as soon as you stop wasting everybody's time. Stop sitting there on your little gator and your little down there in your little swamp thinking just because you got that bucket of money, you got a magician with you, that you're going to change people's minds. You don't have the strength to keep up with the energy that I've got. Yeah, I'll just make you run back into the forest. You can't keep up. You ain't got it. No matter what they do, guys, they cannot keep up. No matter how many times they try to send that magician, they try to send that person to come in to come after you. All the different failed attempts that they've had. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 failed attempts. He even tried to bring in a little squawky bird. Try and bury you with some more burdens. Change your luck around. Thought they were being sneaky sitting there. Didn't realize that you were onto their game the whole time. Because you got backing that they don't know about. You got backing that they can't even play with. Not that you got a lot of coin or anything like that to play with, but the abundances that you have and that you play with, yeah. The abundances that you play with, man, you're the hermit. The abundances that you play with have been studied on. Yeah, you ain't fooling around. This should actually be this way. Yeah, you ain't screwing around with them. Yeah, you're done with the heartache and the heartbreak. So, yeah, collective. Time to make that stand. Make that stand is all I can say. Stand. Let them sit there and stare at you. Let them sit there with their multiple ideas, thinking that they're gonna get it done. Sitting there on their little computer, trying to watch everything that you're doing, not realizing is that you already know that they're watching you. You've seen everything that they're doing. You get it. You see the river. You see it for what it is, really. So there's no point in even keeping it this way, because that's what's coming their way, because you see everything clearly now. They can't play any more games with it. Their coins are up. Yeah, Scar's coming. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Hopefully you tuned in. Thank you very much. Like I said, Rumble, I think I'm at 38, so 50, a free reading. YouTube, I think I'm at 18. So, need a little help there. Then my good old friends over there on TikTok land. We're going to need some help, man. We're at 425. I need 500. 75 more people. Alright, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Engage from the bottom up. Thank you very much. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want to read.